Hello guys, I was reading a Reddit post recently. Someone is asking how to get better. His question was, how do you get better? Does playing the hardest AI over and over till you can beat the hardest AI with ease and to practice your build order? I've only beaten the hardest AI a few times. Do you just play multiplayer over and over and get your ass handed to you every time? I just keep losing. I like playing Mongols just because can't smoke the herb in this day, but willing to change see anything but English, but I prefer to stick with Mongols. Sorry, probably everyone has this question. So Mr. Major Blazer King, your question is really good and I'm here to answer as well. And just like to every other player as well, to understand how to play the game, how to get better. So this game, especially me against a Conqueror 1 player. Alright, so the thing I want to show you or talk about it, you can follow some guides on YouTube. You can follow Beastie's guide, you can follow Lucifer's guide, or my guides, or how I talk about the games. But my typical guides are not like a build order. I'm gonna tell you how to do the things, how many villagers you have to put on wood, food, or gold. But the guides I'm gonna show you or I'm gonna talk about is rather how to handle situations and what to do. So Beastie did a Mongol TC rush, and since that there are multiple Mongol players who are trying to do the same thing. They are trying to do TC rush other players, and so many players are losing to it. For example, Core losing to a simple Mongol TC rush. So the first thing first, you're gonna send out your scout. You are gathering all the sheep as many as you can. You're scouting the one map. If you are playing on a map like example Altai, two things you can do. First, you can gather the sheep under your TC. That's the first thing you can do if you don't want to like hardly micro everything or macro everything, send your villager left to right. Or you can immediately start with deers. That's an option as well, and that's not a bad option. Starting with deers, gathering a lot of food, faster gathering than the sheep. That's perfect as well. Let's see. Mongol player, as I said, he will TC rush against me, and so many players don't know what to do against these situations. In this game, I played a 2 TC English. I immediately gathered enough stone. I used many villagers on stone. The reason behind that, because some Mongol players really like to horseman rush the English, since the English doesn't have spearmen in Dark Age, and double horseman plus villager rush. I mean villager aka tower rush the English gold or wood line, and that works out pretty well since the horseman does really a good job against the English villagers. So as you can see, he is preparing for the second TC. This is just like an example how you have to do things, how you have to react to things. So I'm sending a lot of villagers to the second TC since I know that my opponent is Mongol. He can rush me, he can send Kashyyyks, he can be just annoying around me over the place. Let's see what happens. TC is almost getting constructed. He's sending a deer stone. He's winning a TC. What is the key factor is always scout your opponent. So here I see that he's sending deer stone. I was like, why is he sending deer stone? He's sending double archers. So I knew exactly what will happen. It's gonna be TC rush. He's gonna TC rush me. But that's exactly fine. As you can see, TC is coming. Because I had many villagers on gold, just for the case. Many villagers on gold. So I will build a blacksmith and I'm gonna make a ram. That's the best counter how to deal against the Mongol TC rush. So just keep making those archers. Maybe try to play a little silly game against him. A little bit of block of that Mongol TC, and build up your blacksmith, get the ram upgrade, do not use your villagers to destroy the TC, because you don't want to lose villagers, right? So build up a ram, send the ram in, always mix. So in this situation, even though the Mongol TC is on your second TC or wherever he is putting it, you can shift click back to your TC, like right click here to the ground and shift right click back to the TC, which means every new villager you make will go back to the TC. So the guide, what this Mongol player did was the like recently Beastie did the Mongol TC Rush. The first time when I seen a Mongol TC Rush after the nerf was B, doing that on Wood Walls named map. So far after that people were trying out, see how does it work. So the first time when I see the second TC Rush was actually from B. So you just made a ram, he can't torch it down since your second TC has villagers in. Even if he made scout or horseman, doesn't matter, because the second TC will kill them anyway. So as you can see, he's gonna try to kill some of my villagers, but he couldn't because I garrisoned all the villagers inside. Having them garrison for a little bit, no problem. But staying here with your second TC, not running back home, was his biggest mistake right now. As you can see, I will catch the TC. If you move your villagers around the Mongol TC building like this, and you right click on the building, the Mongol TC can't run away. Now the Mongol TC is stuck. So from here on, my enemy player is really scared because he doesn't know what to do. He's making the traders, he's preparing his economy, but as you can see, he's stuck. He's not making more traders, that's it. He should have like 10 traders by this time, at least 10 traders, because he traded his own TC to get traders out, right? Which actually did not really work out well. From here on, I collect gold, I collect food, I wanna go H3, I wanna get the third TC, even though my second TC was not idle, since I was making the villagers inside in this town center, so all my villagers were inside this town center. My TC was not idle. Let's see the difference between the villagers right now. It's 56 to 49, so not a huge lead by me, but the reason behind that because he's making traders, right? But look at this. So I'm going game. What's the other big mistake? Even though he has the Kurutai, which is nice, he doesn't have ranged armor. Meanwhile, I have +1, 7 damage against 4. Look how useful those Lombomans are. Just sniping one unit one by one. That's a H3 Minotaur without the blacksmith upgrades. So that's how important to get your blacksmith upgrades. It would be much better if this player went for Keshik or Horseman, because he exactly knew that I have a council making Lombomans, right? But the problem was, he is following a build order. The build order says make Minotaur. If the build order said make stable, he wouldn't make a stable. So that's where people really have to realize the common sense has to kick in. Here the common sense would be to make knights, Kashyyyks or horsemen to kill all these Lombomen. Now I'm trying to snipe all these Minotaurs one by one. I'm leading him out of the aura of Kurutai, so he doesn't get healing, he doesn't get extra damage. And now I got my Lombomans into veteran Lomboman, which means I have 9 damage now to the 4 ranged armor. As you can see, he's losing the marathons one by one, and look at the destroy value. That's crazy. I am on 2555, he's on 765 destroy value right now. He is even pulling villagers, which is really good for me. Even though I lost 2 ram, those 8 villagers were insufficient for a long time. They were not working, they are not getting resources, which means he's on 300 food per minute. For a very long time, those villagers were not working, and that's why he's on 285 food per minute. When he could have, these 8 villagers could have get their food, but no, he rather destroyed 2 of my rams. So he's really behind the economy. And my second wave of push will come with knights. So I'm pretty sure he built a blacksmith, no ranged upgrade yet. He will get it very soon, but meanwhile I'm getting another +1 damage on my Lomboman. As you can see, they're gonna have 10 damage soon. So my Lomboman gonna have 10 damage, which is crazy. It's gonna make them much more crazier, much more stronger. You can see how fast I'm sniping all those Minotaurs. So as I said, this player is panicking. He could have made a Mangoner already. He could have made more traders buy wood, buy food. But the problem was, when you are following a guide that literally tells you how to play, but listen to me, even though the guide tells you how to play, you don't need to follow 100%. Let's say you just follow how many villagers have to be put on certain resources. Let's say the guides say you can age up by this time if you put like 6 villagers on food, 2 villagers on gold, another 2 on food, and after that every villager to wood. So these are the simplest things that you can follow and understand. But the problem is when, let's say, a Mongol player tower rushes a French gold. Let's say you are watching a guide, but a guide doesn't show you how to protect yourself against a Mongol tower rush when you are playing the French, which is absolutely pretty simple. Let me tell you, if you are playing French and you are getting tower rushed on your gold, just go for stone, build a second TC, and after that reclaim your gold or get the gold somewhere else and just make those knights. It's that simple. The guide will not say it, but you are not thinking about it. You're gonna be shocked, almost as I said, like shell shocked, but you will be shocked and you don't know what to do. Which is fine, no problem, you're gonna learn it. So in this situation, I was like, alright, I'm gonna make rams, I'm making knights, I'm making Lomboman, I have all these upgrades I need, and I'm gonna push him. So let me show you the push. I have the 4 ram, I'm sending them in, and here comes a large fight. Now he has 2 Mangala, which is really good. But the biggest mistake he did is sending all of his villagers, because far as he knows, the best way to deal against these rams if he sends all his villagers in and those villagers will deal with the rams. Meanwhile, he's trying to kill my army, right? The problem with that, on this level, but not just on this level, if you spread your Lombomans out very well and just snipe his units one by one, in the end you will win in let's say not in resource wise, but in the late game. Look at the villager difference right now. 22 villager killed, and he is losing more and more villagers by over time. Look, he's still more villagers. 27 villager has lost his life because he's trying to destroy the rams. He could have made, let's say, spring gold to snipe the rams one by one, or he could have made more mangonas or protect those mangonas way better, because he just lost 2 Mangana. And plus 38 villagers so far trying to repair those Manganas. So he has 23 trader and the rest of them are villager, which is not really high compared to my 100 villagers. So now he will be really he doesn't know what to do in this situation, because he's gonna check his villager number, it's really low. Now what should I do? I should have built like towers more often, because his tower places are not even good. Like 1 tower is missing, 1 tower is here good. If he just put the tower here, his traders are much faster. So that's what I'm saying, that even though we are follow a guide, the guide will not guide you through every possible way how other civs, other factions play. So you have to use the brain to mix a little bit. There is no problem, really not problematic to using guides, but you can't rely on guides only. You have to put your heart, you have to put your mind, you have to put everything together to play very well against certain civs, certain players. So you have to put everything together, have to play very well against, as I said before, against certain civs. And if you put the guide And if you put the guide and your own experience into one place, you will know how to destroy, how to defeat your enemies, how to defeat your opponent, and you don't need to play against AI. Against AI, you will not learn anything. You can just try out the guide, let's say, but you have to play against real players. Maybe you're gonna lose like 10, 15 games in a row till you realize what is your skill level and how you can manage to get your economy and, like, let's say micro and macro on the perfect place. But after that you will learn it and you know how to play the game in, like, in your league, and from that point you can just go higher. That's it. That's how you're gonna get better and have to stay on your feet. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.